Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Filming this video Sunday night, late Sunday night, early Monday morning, depending on where you're at. So if anything happens after this video, obviously it's not there. But I want to do some stuff to get you guys caught up and get it in the hands of the editors so we have everything out there ready for the next week of maybe more unlocks and stuff from that. So this week we got, or today we got news on more traders being unlocked. We got the first of the hardcore wipe achievements made available. We know what it takes now. I want to take a quick look at the roadmap just to look at what is supposedly planned for August. And then we got some Nikki leaks, devlog kind of picture stuff we get from Nikita we can take a look at and chat about. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Okay, so first up, since the last time I made a video, we have both Skier and Ragman level 2 unlocked if you have everything required from that. So that's all traders to loyalty level 2 except Fence, but he only goes from 1 to 4, but that's whatever. They also lowered the cosmetic prices on some of ref stuff, so just things that aren't any armor or anything like that, just like the balaclavas, some of them are lowered, though they're still kind of expensive. And then we got more tasks. Obviously, Ragman, you can start, there's going to be stuff on interchange now and some more stuff for Skier. So the two big things, obviously the traders being unlocked. Let's talk about some of the stuff to keep an eye out for there. One of them is going to be the mini monster. This is needed for Gunsmith. It's available now, so you don't have to find it in raid, which is really hard to find in raid. As well as the first shotgun suppressor you can just straight up buy. There's also a barter for a clock, as well as a 545 barter for 4 level 20 or higher bear dog tags. Now, along with that, there's some various gunsmith attachments in here and a couple of weapons. You can buy the STM, which this has always been kind of a meme gun and fun gun to run. I think it's actually kind of a serious contender right now, especially if you throw some flesh ammo in there. People don't have painkillers, so you can run this thing. It's super easy to put a suppressor on it. You can barter for it here. In fact, I think you can actually straight up buy a 9mm suppressor for it. But nonetheless, suppressed, hitting people in the legs with even CCI. But if you have RIP or Hydroshock, something like that, it's going to be pretty devastating. And then the first 7.62 weapon we have, 2 gas analyzers, gets you an RFB, so keep that in mind. If you got some FMJ or other stuff you can sling out of the RFB, it will be pretty effective. And then Ragman, loyalty level 2, some really big stuff here. First, access to a bunch of helmets. These barters are really good. 2 bleaches, easy to find. You can even craft this stuff eventually. Then you can buy the LZSH if you want. You can also buy your class 3 armors now, just straight up easy. You don't have to worry about barters, which are these 2 things. There is a barter for a new one of these, but it requires old ones, so that's kind of like a recycle barter. But bigger, we can straight up buy backpacks now. A mechanism is insanely expensive, 187,000. But I think people are going to be spending money on it, some of that arena cash and stuff, and being able to have a bigger backpack in raid, as light as the mechanism is, it helps a lot. Maybe insure yours if you go out and raid with it. I don't know. That's up to you, but pretty pricey nonetheless. But some pretty good barters here. Corduras for either one of these 2 backpacks, which if you look, they're just a little bit bigger, but nice enough. And you can craft these in your hideout. And then you've got the patrol backpack, which has the goofy slots, but it is bigger, but it makes it hard to kind of take some weapons out and things. So I don't like it a lot, but it's better than a Berkut in most instances. Now, ears being able to bot face shields is the next big one. You'll actually have your first access to face shields. This right here with the goes on this ZSH helmet. The big deal is you don't have to find these, but you can craft these right in your hideout with a thing you just buy off of Ragman 1, the face shield. I think it's off of Ragman 1. You buy this face shield right here, and it turns into 1 plex. So you just do that craft a couple of times, you can get a face shield and then slap it on a helmet. And now it's not just streamers running Tagilla masks. Right on the side of the wall here, tower players. He's a Tagilla guy. I forgot to give you your gear.
I'm dead. It's good.
Got him. You can have a face shield here. So Ragman 2 is a pretty big bump in gear. A couple of tasks done and you'll have access to more class 4. You got to do a couple of tasks the way his. We'll go here and look real quick. I don't think any of these first ones up to. Oh yeah, so audit gives you access to this flora. So I would go get that done on streets if you can, because this is a great armor to run early. It repairs well. People don't often take them out, so it might even be worth insuring. though that's going to be up to you again as well, just because it's kind of heavy and hard to take for people. So that is with Ragman. One thing I want to mention is once you complete only business, which is just getting them to loyalty level 2, it does give you the achievement. One last ride. So that's this achievement. That's all that is to take to get the first one. There is another achievement for the hardcore wipe through to the end. We're not quite sure what this is yet, or at least I'm not. Maybe somebody's figured out by now. Some people are speculating like maybe it's all level 4 traders or something along those lines. You know, there's that one task with Proper that if you get all level 4 traders, I think it's with Proper. Maybe that's what this is. That's a guess. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be prestiging. It could be doing a prestige in the middle of the wipe. I don't know. So that's that. I don't think there was anything super important on Skier I missed on the barter side of things. This stuff here is needed for the Vector for doing one of the gunsmith tasks, but otherwise it's mostly just weapon attachments and stuff, which are handy, but nothing super over the top crazy. Now let's talk about the roadmap here real quick. For August, there is this in-game event with the cultist symbol next to it, or the unheard symbol, whatever you want to call it. So there's something pretty special with that. That has been called out versus all this other stuff. It's kind of been moved around different days. So I think there's going to be some big spool up to this event. What it is, I have no idea, but something to pay attention to for August. Balancing fixes, quality of life changes, and cumulative fixes based on player feedback. This is going to be some of the stuff with the Tarkov community things and things like that, and just other general fixes. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. They're really vague on this, and I think on purpose. Shoreline, Ground Zero, and Interchange are all getting optimizations. There was a talk at one point about Interchange having either an expansion or a rework of some kind. I don't know if that just went away or if that's included in this. We'll just have to wait and see. Escape from Tarkov PvE and EFT arena synchronization. That's going to be a big deal. I do think that's really going to add a lot of people to arena. I could be wrong, but I think people in PvE being able to get their PvP fix on arena will throw some more players in there, and that'll help arena a little bit with some of the problems it has as far as matchmaking, and, you know, just you go in and play a solo, you get teamed up with 4 other randoms, and then you play a 5-stack of super sweats who play on the Arena Pro Series League, and that's just not fun. So hopefully the more people that get in there, the less likely that is to happen. I've been enjoying Arena. I'm not going to say that I would be playing it if it wasn't for all the rewards, but when I do go play it, it's not like, oh my god, I hate this. I've been able to have some fun with it, and the extra cash and GP coins and all that stuff helps with the hardcore wipe. I know some people are against that. That's fine. I'm not making a judgment, just saying what it is. And then we're going to get new PMC customization options. I don't know if that's just going to be more clothing or if they're actually going to do stuff with face, or I don't know. More PMC customizations coming. And then the fall weather season. Now this is a bigger deal because it does change the colors of the ground quite a bit, and the foliage and what you see. Last year, at least for me, I noticed when they went from summer to fall, I had a lot less difficulty finding and seeing players, and maybe that's just because I'm getting old and my eyes suck, but it did help quite a bit. Just more contrast in the colors between PMCs and the foliage, so they stood out a little bit better, and I noticed that. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be a big deal. And then obviously the 1.0 release, whatever that's going to be, when, we don't know. I'm suspecting it's going to be after. It's probably going to be end of November, December. And I'm saying that not just because I think that, which I have for a while, but kind of reiterated because BSG's little world tour they're doing, which we talked about in the last video, their last convention, I believe, is in mid or end of November in Korea. So I don't know if they're going to do the release before then. That's kind of all the marketing drive to get it out there and push it and get people to sign up, I guess. So I'm kind of expecting that. I do hope we get a date though, and I'm thinking we're going to get that when they're in Seattle, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just thinking that maybe they get to Seattle and they're starting, because they're going to do stuff for 1.0 and people there are going to be able to play and try out stuff. We might actually finally get a date, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, here's an interesting clip Nikita shared. Speculation is all over the place on what it means. Here, I'll just play it for you real quick so you can see it. It's Shoreline. This is power going up to weather. This is a little road, like the tank's right here, you know, the tank that's on the bridge. I'm not sure what this is. There's a lot of good guesses out there. My thought, the first thing that came to mind is this is kind of how Nikita described the post-raid kind of quasi kill cam feature, when he's loosely described it a couple of times, the most detail we got was in October last year at TwitchCon in San Diego, but it wasn't recorded anywhere. It was just, he was talking with Nice Guy and me and some other streamers and brought it up, and we asked a couple of questions, and he kind of mentioned how it would be, you know, if they were going to do it, it was going to be something with, you know, looking down on the map like a UAV. So that was the first thing that came to mind. It's not strong evidence for that. It was just the thing that came to me. This could just be a cutscene. This could be the intro, the start of how you pick a level. You know, who knows what it is. It could be anything. I just thought it was cool, so I wanted to share it with you. And then finally, we got a picture from Nikita. It's not called fan art. I would probably call it, you know, concept art, something along those lines. It's really cool looking. Big icebreaker ship. Obviously ice breaking because it's in the water, but there's four-wheelers driving out to it. This could be terminal in the background, but it could also just be a completely different location from Tarkov. We do know Terra Group, some of the lore around Terra Group, they are global, they are worldwide. The facility in Tarkov isn't their only facility, so this could be something along those lines. There's a lot of Half-Life references here, Call of Duty references, all sorts of stuff that this could reference back to, or just not be anything. This could just be a level load. It could be, again, concept art. It could not mean anything, but it's a really cool picture. It's one of my more favorite ones, actually, that I've seen generated by them. I might end up throwing it as a background somewhere just because I like it. That's all I got for you guys. Hope it helped keep you up to speed. If we get anything Monday morning, we'll make sure to get some updates and out stuff for you. I'm currently working on a barter guide. Just goes through all the important barters and things you might be overlooking for all the level 1 and 2 traders, as well as key guides, so you guys can find all those static key spawns for tasks, for shoreline and customs, even streets, and I think reserve, though I haven't dove into that yet. Static key spawns all over the spots, all over the place. So I'm kind of excited to find those and get those videos out for you guys. But I'll wrap her up there. Quit yapping. Thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Tells YouTube you want to see more of this content. I hope you guys are enjoying the hardcore wipe. If you're not enjoying the hardcore wipe, I hope you're finding another game that you do enjoy. And I appreciate you still coming by and watching my videos all the same. So that's it. I wish you guys the best of luck in your raids or whatever game you're playing. And hopefully we'll see you in Tarkov.